Hi, it's Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Wednesday, December 19th, 2007, and the big day has finally arrived. I have in my hands right here the nominees for this year's Golden Duke Awards. Now, as you know, you, the TPM readership, sent in nominations, nominated dozens of evildoers and buffoons from across the country who did great acts of corruption, ridiculousness, and all around bamboozlement in 2007. So without further ado, here are the nominees. So for Best Testimonial Train Wreck, the nominees are voting rights bamboozler John Tanner of the Justice Department, former White House official Sarah Taylor, former Justice Department stooge Kyle Sampson, Loretta Dunn of the General Services Administration, and finally, Alberto Gonzales, former and now disgraced Attorney General. Now, for Outstanding Achievement in Improbable Forgetfulness, the nominees are, first, former Attorney General Alberto Gonzales, former White House official Sarah Taylor, some people get nominated in multiple categories, Bradley Schlozman of the Justice Department, Loretta Dunn of the GSA, and finally, Senator Larry Craig of Idaho. Now, third, what turned out to be one of the most popular categories, the award for Outstanding Achievement in Corruption-Based Chutzpah. And the nominees are Senator Larry Craig for his brilliantly executed resignation bait and switch, Scott Block, Bush administration official, for hiring Rent-A-Geek to have his hard drive purged of incriminating material, Rudy Giuliani for general shag-based chutzpah and deception on the campaign trail, Lisa Murkowski, Senator Lisa Murkowski, for her half-priced home deal up in Alaska, and finally Ginger Cruz, Bush administration official Ginger Cruz, for corruption with witchcraft. Now, next up, we have Best Scandal in a Local Venue, and the nominees are Vincent Fumo, Pennsylvania State Senator, Sheriff Michael Corona of Orange County, both for generalized corruption, Rachel Palouse, crooked and bamboozling U.S. Attorney in Minnesota, Richard Roberts, President of Oral Roberts University, for living the high life on God's dime, and finally, Florida State Representative Bob Allen for poorly executed bathroom sex. Now we're getting now down to the most coveted awards. Next up, we have Best Scandal, Sex, and Generalized Carnality. And the nominees are, first up, Washington State Representative Richard Curtis, anti-gay politician, for hiring a gay prostitute and then getting into an argument with him about the fee for the sex. Always a bad idea. Next up, David Vitter, Senator David Vitter, generalized whoremongering in multiple jurisdictions. Larry Craig, in bathroom sex, some dispute about that, but he's a leading nominee in this category. Young Republican National Federation Chairman Glenn Murphy, this is a complicated one. Murphy, convicted of gay sexual assault against an unconscious victim. And finally, again, Florida State Representative Bob Allen for the poorly executed bathroom sex. Finally, now this is the big one, Best Scandal General Interest. This is like the best picture when it comes to the Golden Duke Awards. And the nominees this year are Alaska Senator Ted Stevens for general corruption and crookedness in a public official. Next up, Stevens' colleague from Alaska, Representative Don Young, for generalized corruption and crimes against the Constitution. Next, the next nominee, President Bush, for trying to politicize the government with the appointments of Alberto Gonzales and Karl Rove. Next up, again, a multiple nominee in several categories, Senator Larry Craig of Idaho, and finally, former Attorney General Alberto Gonzales. So those are your nominees. We'll be posting the full nominations list in addition to the actual nominations that readers sent in and which readers won and so forth. Next, the nominees go to our distinguished panel of judges. And remember who the judges are: Susie Bright, John Dean, Hendrik Hertzberg, Matt Iglesias, and Dahlia Lithwick, and we'll be announcing the winners on December 31st, waiting until the final moment to see just who the most crooked and awful crooked politicians of 2007 really were, and have the honor of receiving the first annual Golden Duke awards. So we'll be back with you on December 31st to bring you the big news. I'm Josh Marshall from TPM Media, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.